ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीशाखान्विताश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्वसे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शुभं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आविश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 45, verse number 23. So in the previous class we studied how Sri Krishna he established Ugrasena as the king of Mathura, and he gave him support, saying that he should not worry. Krishna will be under him, supporting him, and when he is there, no one will dare to cause any harm to him. Even the devas will come and give him respect. And then after that he and Balaram, they came to see Nanda Maharaj and embraced him and spoke. So Krishna is so expert in human relations. He knows perfectly how to deal, and he can adjust with everybody. He has to adjust with so many people because so many people love him, and he reciprocates. And ye thamam prapadyante tam stathai bhajamiham. So he adjusts his personality accordingly. He is so flexible. And that is the art of human relationship, to be flexible. If you are rigid, stiff, I am just like this, then you cannot have good human relations, at least not with many people, maybe with one or two, if you are lucky. But he has relationship with everybody. So with Vasudeva and Devaki, he fell at his feet and saying, "We are so sorry, we could not be with you, and so happy to be with you." And now when he comes to Nanda Maharaj, he is embracing him and saying, "You are the one who have taken care of us." And from Balaram point of view, you are the real parents because you brought us up, you nourished us, you fed us, you loved us. So, Swapita Sacha Janniyo Pushnita Swaputravat Sishun Bandhavir Utshrishtanakal Posharakshanai. So he gave a definition of father and mother. Father and mother is not just because they have given birth to you and then they are father. He says those who nourish you, Saputravat, who actually treat you like a son or daughter, they are the parents. So Posha Rakshane, in nourishing and in protecting, giving security, so that you don't feel abandoned, rejected, lonely. This is the problem in the modern times. Most people feel rejected, lonely and abandoned because parents actually don't take care. And then for the rest of life, they're only looking for this. And now they cannot adjust with anybody because they never learn to adjust with parents. So when you don't have good relationship with parents, then when you grow up, it is very difficult for you to have relationship with anybody because your journey began on the wrong step. You didn't learn, and once you grow up, you don't learn. You're already stiff. For learning, you have to be pliable, docile. So this is a big problem. You go to psychotherapist, this is the story there, everybody has this. So you see how Krishna is dealing and how the parents are dealing with him. So because he got parents like Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, now he can have relationship with anybody because that is his standard of comparison. So he deals like that. But now comes the tough sloka. Yata yuyam vrajam tata vayam cha sneha dukkhitan Jnatinvo drashtumeshyamo vidhaya svahidam sukham. So he says that, "O Father, you please go to Vraja. Yata yuyam vrajam tata." So, tata, yata. That you go. Where you go? Go to Vraja. Vrajam vraja. Tata yata. But we will come later on. Sneha dukkhitan Gyatum vo drashtum eshyamo vidhaya svahidam sukham. So here we have our friends, so we still have to take care of them. and we know that you will be very much in separation from us. You will be suffering due to our affectionate relationship. So we will come to see you and others. Gyati nuva drashtum yasyama. So he is promising that he will come. So difficult to explain this sloka. How could he speak like this? So one explanation is that he knew that Jarasandha will be angry because he has killed Kamsa, and Jarasandha was very powerful. He was unconquerable. So when he comes, he is going to create havoc. And if he goes to Vraja, then he will come there. And he will trouble all the Vrajvasis, because he will come with the army. So he thought, I better stay here in Mathura and spare the Vrajvasis all this trouble. Here we have army. There is no army in Vraj. They only have sticks, no bow, no arrow. It was alright when the Asuras came, because the Asuras did not come with any big army, they came alone. So he took care of them. But now he will come with millions of people and cause so much disturbance. So Krishna foresaw this, therefore he stays back. And also he will console his parents. So he is therefore telling Nanda Maharaj to return back to Vraja. So this is of course the external reason. The internal reason is that he wanted to establish the greatness of Vraj Bhakti, Vraj Prema, the love of Vrajvasis. And this would be possible only if he does not go there. And then he sends Uddhava and Balram so that Uddhava can go and see what is true love. And then only the glories of the Uttama Bhakti will be established. And this was very important to do that. Besides that, this will also increase the love of the gopis for him. So, aham tu sakhyo bhajtopi jantum na bhajami anuvritta vrittaye yatha labdha dhane vinashte tachintya annabhyat naveda. So he said that I do not reciprocate, because this question was asked by gopis. Naham tu sakhyo, that I do not reciprocate. So he has different intentions, and therefore he is telling him to go. Tatascha hanta hanta kimaham karomi yadi baldevam nitva eva vrajam yami tada vraje mahasukham bhavishyati किंतु अत्र यादवानां विशेषतो वसुदेवस्य महादुःखम भविष्यति. So this is in continuation with his commentary, what he said before in the previous one, that Balram was speaking, and Balram was saying that he cannot live without Krishna. So either both have to go, or Krishna has to stay in Mathura. But he said, I cannot be separated from him. It is impossible. So now Nanda Maharaj is put in a fix. He is not telling go or not go, but he is put in to fix what do you want to do. So there was a silence after he said this. What is to be done? So he is saying, Tat tatascha hanta hanta kim aham karomi. So as if Nanda Maharaj is saying, okay, so what am I supposed to do? You will not leave Krishna. I cannot go back with Krishna. I don't want to take you also, because then Vasudeva will be upset. So what shall I do? It's problem this way, problem that way. So yadi baldevam nitva eva vrajam yami tada vraje mahasukham bhavishyati किंतु अत्र यादवानाम विशेषतो वसुदेवस्य महादुःखम भविष्यति. He says, if I go to Vraja along with Baldev, Krishna is definitely going with me, because for him Krishna is his son. And now if Baldev goes with him, because Baldev says, I cannot live without Krishna, so he says there will be great celebration in Vraja. Everybody would be happy to see him come back with Krishna and Balram. But here the Yadavas, they will be all very sad. And especially Vasudeva and Devaki, because Balram is their son, so they will be completely in grief. That what is this? We saw our son after 11 years. And now after few days, not few days, only 2 days, and he is going again. So he says, Vasudevasya mahadukham bhavishyati. That Vasudeva will be in extreme grief. Mamapi mahakalanko bhavi. And then I will also get a very bad name. That what kind of a person is this Nanda? I gave my son to him to take care, not that he just appropriates him and does not return. It's like you keep some your valuable thing, you are going on journey or somewhere, when you come back and you ask for it and the person refuses to give. He shows you, yeah, I have it, but I don't give it. So that's what he's saying. Ha ha, kamsena me sarve putra hata, yastu ekastad hastadapi rakshito avashishto abhut, ayam balbhadrastamapi nitvanando vrajam jagama. So as if Vasudeva is going to think like this, he says, alas, alas, this Kamsa, he killed all my children. 6 of them were killed. And then one was survived. Yastu ekas tadhastadapi rakshito. He was somehow not killed because he was born to Rohini in Braja. And thus he survived. But tamapi nitvanando vrajam jagama. But now Nanda has taken him away to Vraja. So I lost all my children. And tanme nayam sakha kimtu devhatasya mama dutiya kamsa eveti. So this Nanda is not my friend. Thought he was my friend. Sometimes it happens that you think of somebody as your friend, and then at a crucial moment turns against you. So he says, he is just like second Kamsa for me. Kamsa killed my 6 children, I have one that he took away. So what kind of friend is he? Because from Nanda's point of view, Krishna is not Vasudeva's son. So he is only thinking of Balram, that he took Balram away. It's not saying he took Krishna away also. Krishna is his. So iti bhavyan ati santapto vasudevah par sahasran abhishapan me dashyati. So Nanda Maharaj, this is how Nanda Maharaj is thinking. And in this way, Nanda Maharaj is thinking that Vasudeva will be upset with me, and being upset with me and tormented by this my act of taking Balram with me, he will give me thousands of curses, because he will keep on cursing. Like when you go on upset, you become upset, you go on saying something bad about that person. So he will keep on speaking like that. Tatascha me krishnasya api kutaha kushlam iti. So then there will be not good for me nor for Krishna, because he is going to curse me. If I am cursed, then Krishna will also not be happy. Bhavana sankatagrastam nanda katisha chanans tushnim sthitam alakshya tam yuktva prabodhyan Krishna sasantvanam ahayati. So when Nanda Maharaj was standing silently thinking all this is what was transpiring in his mind, and Nanda Maharaj was thinking about the future calamity which can happen if he takes Balram with him. So at that time Krishna, he took the opportunity to speak the next words. Because when somebody does not know what to do and is looking for an answer, and you go and say, I'll do this, and give little logic for it, so then he accepts that. So therefore he said, while consoling him, Yata iti, He Tata, Yuyam Samprati Vrajam Yata. Says, my dear father, at present you go to Vraj. Don't worry. Don't remain in this dilemma whether to do this, do that, be here, be there. I solve your problem. So you go to Vraj. What about us? We will come later. So this way, there is not going to be any problem from both sides. So vayamiti aham baldevo madhumangalade priya sakhaschavo gyatin drashtum eshyam. So we stay, I will stay here, Balram will stay here, Madhumangal and few other friends, they will stay with me. And then after some time I will come to see you. So gyatin vo drashtum eshyam. So this way, you are not separating Balram from Vasudeva, and you are also not separating Balram from me. I will be here, and then when Vasudeva will understand that we are with him, then we will come to see you. So he is not going to think that they are gone forever. Samprati katisho dinani atraiva puryam vashema iti bhava. So at present, we will stay here only for few days in Mathurapuri. Kada ayashyatha iti aha. When will you come? So he says, Vah shruhidam vasudevadinam sukham vidha. He says, after comforting Vasudeva and other Yadavas. So because this such a big upheaval has happened, Kamsa was killed, it's like suddenly the government which is running for a long time is toppled. Sometimes it happens, some people topple the... So it's a big upheaval, takes some time to settle down. Who is going to look after what? So we make all the settlements, then we will come. when everything becomes normal, and we will come. Yatha tvam kalanko na sprashet. So in this way, you will not get bad name, you will not be criticized that you took away Balram and you did not care for Vasudeva, you did not care for the Yadavas. You are very selfish and you took this opportunity, etc., etc. Yatha etesham cha svaputram baldevam prapya abhimatya sanlalya asmad grihe sthasyati iti vishwasya sukham bhavet tatha kritva iti. So how is that? What does it mean? Sukham vidhaya sruhidam. He says, then all these people, they will be consoled, they will be satisfied that Balram is with them, and Balram will stay in our house. Asmad grihe sthasyati. He is not going away from us. So when they have attained this confidence and there is no doubt in their mind, so then I will come. So in this way, they will be happy, you will be happy. So, present you take leave. So this is what he told Nanda Maharaj. Evam santvaya bhagavan nandam savrajam achyutah vasolankar kopyadyai areha masa sadaram. So in this way, Bhagavan Achyuta, Sri Krishna, he consoled Nanda Maharaj and all other Brajvasis who were with him. And with great respect, he gave them very nice gifts. He gave them beautiful cloths, ornaments, and some pots for milking, for storing ghee, all these things. And he worshipped him, arhaya masa sadaram, with great respect. So, evam santavaya iti, so consoling in this way. Yadyatra mama katichid dina vilambo bhavet tadapi na vyakuli bhavtapi. So consolement here or consoling here is in the sense that if there is little delay in my coming back, then don't be disturbed by that. Don't think I'm not coming, what happened. Just know that I will come. Mama tatraiva mano asti atra tu etad anurodhaineva sthiti. Says actually my heart is there only. Then why are you staying here if your heart is there? You should be where your heart is. It's not a good situation that you are in one place, your heart is another place. That's the problem, right? You should keep your body and heart in one place. Otherwise trouble. So he says, at present I am unable to do that. My heart is there, but I will be here. Why is that? He says, because of the request of these people, of the Yadavas. So that's why. Savrajam Brajvasi bhi sahitam kupyani swarna rajat atirikta kansyadi patrani tat pravrati. And then he also consoled all other people, not only Nanda Maharaj, but also other Brajvasis, and gave them many gifts, although they were not in need of gifts, but out of respect, and gave them pots, which is interesting. He says these pots were made of brass, but not gold or silver. Why does not explain? Why did not give any golden pots, silver pots, but only brass?
It says in the next commentary, Babaji, the Upyani Go Dohan Artha Kashya Panchati Patrani is for the milking of the cows.
It could be golden also, what's the problem? Not gold, silver. That's not a problem. Cows can be milked in the silver pot also, right? But specifically says Swarna Rajata Atirikta Kamsa Adi Patrani. I don't know why. And Ityukta Parisvajya Nanda Pranaya Vihvalaha Puryana Srubhir Netre Saha Gopai Brajam Yayav. So Sukadeva Goswami does not spend much time explaining this whole thing. He sums it up in basically 2-3 verses. He says, being spoken like this, Nanda Maharaj, he embraced Krishna, and he was very much agitated out of love for him, and tears were flowing from his eyes. You can imagine an old man crying. Puriyana Shubhi Netre Saha Gopai Vrajameyo. And then along with the cowherd man, he went back to Vraja. So this is the most amazing thing which Krishna did. So Vishnu Chakravarti writes a very long commentary. Babaji said that this is the longest commentary, but it is not true. That means Babaji has not seen the commentary on the first sloka. No, that's why he thinks. But I want to read 2 slokas which Jiva Goswami writes at the end of. He does not write much at all on this sloka. It's so amazing. Vishnu Chakravarti writes such a big commentary, and he writes very small commentary. It was too painful for him to write on this. He writes long commentaries on all other slokas where Vishwanath is writing very little. But on this one he doesn't write. He says, Ityukta ityasya yata yuyam iti adyanta purvapadya trayena vahitena anvaya. He says that this sloka goes along with the earlier 3 slokas. And pranay vivala iti stambha mohadi kamcha suchiyati. He says pranay vivala, that he was agitated out of love for Krishna, implies that he manifested symptoms of sattvic bhava, stambha, moha, etc. And gopai saha tesham api pratekam alinganam tatha prem viladikam choktam. And he left with other cowherd boys. So he says it shows that they all embraced Krishna, and they all were very much agitated out of love. And then they left. So that's all he writes. And then he writes 2 slokas which are showing his mood when he was writing. Probably he didn't feel like writing. He says, Aho Bhagavato Naumi Balat Sarva Pravartanam Rahinoti Asva Shunnepi Srinandadin Api Braja. So he is speaking in great wonder. He says, oh, how astonishing it is. I bow down to Bhagavan, who engages everybody by force in doing things. Otherwise, how is it that he sent Nanda Maharaj, Nandadinapi Vraje, that he sent even Nanda Maharaj back to Vraja without himself. He says, how is this possible? Because it is unimaginable. The intensity of love which Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda have for Krishna, that's just amazing. Nemam viranchona bhavo Shri-rapi anga samsraya prasadam lebhire gopi yat prapta mukti dat. That even Brahma, Shiva, Lakshmi, they did not attain this kind of grace and love which Yashoda attained from Krishna. So that Krishna is just telling to Nanda Maharaj, go. Yata yuyam brajam tata. So therefore he writes, he says, prahinot yasva sunni api. Twice he uses the word api here. Nandadin api. If he could send someone else, that's okay, but he sent Nanda Maharaj back and Svasunni api. And Nanda Maharaj without, he sent him empty, means without him. Even without him. And then he says something more, which is, that's why I say that he was unable to write on this verse. He says, Tvam Brajeshwari Shochami, Tvam cha Vrindavaneshwari, Krishnam Vina Gateshu Eshu Haha Jivasyatha Katham. He says, O Brajeshwari, Mother Yashoda, I am thinking about you. Or rather he says that I am grieving thinking of you. Shochami means to grieve. As Krishna says, Mashucha. So he says that actually I am in grief when I think. And I am in grief of Vrindavaneshwari, Srimati Radha. So he is thinking of these two personalities, Yashoda and Srimati Radha. He says, how will you live without Krishna? I cannot imagine this. Krishnam vina gateshu eshu haha jivasya tha katham. Alas, alas, how will you live without Krishna? So that's why I didn't write. So this is too much. So, because Jiva Goswami did not write, so Vishwanath Chakravarti has to write. Otherwise, if you see the other commentaries of Jiva Goswami, they are very elaborate. So he writes a long one here. So he says, Pranaya Vivala Putra Vicheda Ottha Murchaha Vivashaha Vrajam Yeya. So Pranaya Vivala, he says, it means that he actually fainted. When the time came to be in separation from Krishna, he fainted, he fell on the ground. And then Vivasaha Vrajam Yayo. So Vivasa means that he had no choice, forcibly, as if somebody is forcing him to go. He didn't want to go. That's why he fainted. Fainting means that he doesn't have the wish to move from there. That is also meaning of the stambha. Stambha means to become stunned, just freezing. They have this fight or freeze. So freezing, he froze because he didn't want to go. And he was crying. But then, as if forcibly, he went to run. But how long could he stay? Ramakrishna tau tu Sri Vasudevasya griham agatya sukham vartate smaiti. So now he says that, what does it mean? That okay, Nanda Maharaj was in so much pain of separation. And what is he going to go and tell to Yashoda? That is the thing. When he goes there, everybody would be expecting that Krishna is coming back. And then they see he has come back. What is he going to? How will he speak from his mouth? Because everybody will ask him, why he didn't come, why he didn't come. So what is he going to say? How the words will even come out of his mouth that he did not come. So he says that Ram Krishna Tautu Sri Vasudevasya Grihamagatya Sukham Vartete. Says Balram and Krishna, they came to the house of Vasudeva and they lived there happily. So he says, is it really true? Can Krishna do this? Atra kechid rasagyaha premno anumatramapi apchayam asahmana akshipanto vivadante iti. So he says that in this context here, some rasagyas who know rasa means who know what is bhakti and who cannot tolerate even a minute lack or lessening or diminution of love of Krishna to Vraj and Vrajvasis. They don't think like this. So they akshipante vivadante iti. They have dialogue with each other, they argue, counter argue, why, how is this possible, what did he say? So he says, therefore I have to write to sort it out. So it is for this reason he is writing. He says those who understand Krishna's love towards Vrajvasis and love of Vrajvasis towards Krishna, it is not possible for them to believe this. That is the meaning. They are unable to think or accept it. So therefore he says, I have to give a solution to this. Tanscha samadhit samo. He says for them, I am writing this explanation. I am giving the samadhan. Vyakhyantarena tachaye upaditsate taeva upadadatam tatrayam akshepa. And then there are some other people who give all different types of explanation. He says, let them give that explanation. But I will give my explanation. So tatra ayam akshepaha. So he says, this is the akshepa, this is the criticism which is given here. First he puts that. He says, Pitar yuvabhyam ityadi shloka panchakasya yatha shrutartha khalu prema pratikula eva spashta. So he says that if you see these 5 slokas, because this started from 21, right? 21 to 24, 25. So where he said that this is spoken by Balram, Pitar yuvabhyam snigdhabhyam poshitau lalitau bhrisham, that, oh Father, you have taken care of us and this and that. So he says that if you take these 5 slokas and their meaning from the Mukhya Vritti, primary meaning, direct meaning of these slokas, he says it goes against the principle of love. It does not show any greatness of love. It does not show any greatness of relationship between Krishna and Nanda Maharaj and Vrajvasis. So it cannot be like that. Because it goes against whatever we have studied or what we will study later on. So he says, Yatha shrutartha khalu prema pratikula eva spashtaha. that is explicitly against the love. There is no love mentioned in it. Etavata vyakhyanena api na prema sthiri bhavati. And just giving this explanation of these slokas that they are saying, it does not establish love. Nanda Krishnayor mithas tyagat. Because why it does not establish love? When you see Balram is speaking very nicely, that you took care of us and you are the real father, and father is not one who gives birth. This why it is not that. So he says because Nanda Maharaj and Krishna, they are leaving each other. Krishna is telling openly, Yata yuyam brajam tata, right? And Nanda Maharaj is embracing him, and brajam yayav, he goes to Braja. So he says, how is this possible? Even the gopis were holding the chariot when Krishna was leaving. They were running behind and saying, how is that no one is stopping him? And they themselves came and caught hold of the chariot. So how is that Nanda Maharaj himself drive the chariot back? And how is that Krishna just walks away? When Nanda Maharaj is leaving and he is just walking away, what happened to his love? So it doesn't make sense from Krishna's point of view, it doesn't make sense from Nanda Maharaj's point of view. So because it was possible that Nanda Maharaj could have said, as he will say, that I will just stay here for a few more days, but I will go with you. If nobody is dying there because of him. Tatrapi Krishna khalu Ishvaro Durgam Lilo Nandam Pitram api tyaktva tishtatu nam Nandastu Krishnam tyaktva katham brajam gantum ashakat. He says, okay, out of these two people, Nanda and Krishna, I can accept Krishna, what he did, because he is Ishvara. Ishvara means kartum akartum anya kartum, anyatha kartum shakta. He can do what is impossible. And it is difficult to understand his mind, Durgam Leela. His pastimes, his activities, they are not easy to understand. So therefore it is possible that he abandoned his father and stayed back. But what about Nanda Maharaj? Why did he leave? What was the hurry for him? Was he missing his buttermilk? Or fresh butter in the morning? What was forcing him to leave? So he says, Nandastu Krishnam tyaktva katham brajam gantum ashakat. How is it that Nanda Maharaj, he left Krishna behind and he went to Braj? This is not possible. It cannot happen. That's why he is forced to give an explanation. His whole explanation is based on this only. That how is that he went away? Because if you see from actually both point of view of Krishna and point of view of Nanda Maharaj, it is impossible. He is leaving as if he does not know Krishna. He just left. Even ordinary life, sometimes the child has to be put in a boarding school or hostel and parents go there. They don't just leave like that, right? So how is that Nanda Maharaj is leaving just like that? And Krishna is only 11-year-old child. It's not that he is some college-going grown-up man. 11-year-old means what? He's like in 5th, 6th grade, right? These days somebody who is in Like 6th grade, he will be 11-year-old. That's what he is. And Balaram is same. Balaram was just, 1 week older than him or something. So therefore he says, Nandastu Krishnam Tyaktva Katham Brajam Gantum Asakat. What gave him the strength? What forced him? What made him go to Vraja without Krishna? Prana Koti Adhipreshtham Tam Upeksha Vraje Godhanadi Apeksha eva kim tasya dustaja bhut. He says, is it that Krishna, who is more dear to him, millions times more dear to him than his own life? So how is that he neglected Krishna and went? Is it only because of his cows there? Is there any comparison between his love for Krishna and his love for his cows? Was it the love of cows which pulled him to Braja? Tasya dustyaja bhut. So what else he could have done? So he says, Mathura pranteva tavat kale kim na avasat. He could have lived on the outskirts of Mathura. Okay, you be in the city and take care of your Yadavas. I will stay outside with my bulls. I will take them in the morning for grazing, come back in the evening, and then when you are ready, we'll go. If you like, you can send breakfast every day for us. Otherwise, we'll make our arrangement. We'll go to the nearby cowherd villages and beg from their food. After all, he's king of the cowherd people. Could have gone to some nearby villages. People will give him food, so he could have stayed. Why did he go back? This is his point. Tad vyakhyanam naiva cha evam Srinanda prabodhana matra upkshinam natu Ramakrishna tadrishi eva mansi nishtha vastavi yato Ramo api vrajam ayasyan dasme varnito natu Krishna. So he says that tad vyakhyanam cha evam Srinanda prabodhana matra upakshinam natu Ramakrishna tadrishi eva nishtha mats. So he says that this explanation which has been given in these slokas, it is just addressing Nanda Maharaj, nothing much more than that. And really speaking, Krishna and Balaram did not have any intention of what they are saying. So says that Ram Krishna's tadrishi eva mansi nishtha vastavi, na vastavi. That Krishna and Balaram's intention was not real, that they want to stay in Mathura. Why is that? He says, Yato Ramo api vrajam ayasyan dasme varnito, that in this 10th canto it is described that Balaram came back, but Krishna did not come. So that is the point on which he will explain that why is that Krishna is not described here in 10th canto, that he returns to Braja, although he says here that he will come, and Balaram came. And certainly they are not determined to stay in Mathura. And it also does not match with the mood or love between Krishna and Nanda Maharaj. So for that he is going to give an explanation which we will read tomorrow. It's a lengthy explanation. So if there is any question on this. Yes, Sandeep.
If present day Yadavas, like how you said, UP we get this caste Yadav. So these Yadavas are this Nanda's descendant or Vasudev's descendant?
Both. In the modern day Yadavas, there are two groups. You may not know this. So one are called Ghosi Yadavas, and they are considered as inferior to the other ones. So Ghoshi are the cowherd ones, because Ghosh, remember the word Ghosh used for the village of cowherd.
So these other Ahir, I think Ahir, they are Vasudevs. They must be considered Vasudevs.
Ahir are the same as Ghosh and Abhir. Have you heard the Abhir? Abhir Nagari. Abhir is Ahir. So these are the cowherd Yadavas. Krishna Saran Baba.
Colonel Babaji, I just had a question about this verse of Jiva Goswami that you cited from the Logu Toshini Tika.
Yeah.
In the end of the first line in the second charan, do you have Sarvam Pravartanam or Sarvam Pravartana? I'm just seeing pseudo terms. Just in the first text, I'm just curious.
Let me see. Sarva Pravartanam, that's what he has. Aho Bhagavato Nomi Balat Sarva Pravartanam. So, means forcibly he engages others. Sarva Pravartanam Karoti. You have to add the verb.
Oh. Pravartana is not the object of the obeisance.
No. Okay, you are taking it like that. Because Bhagavata is there.
That's Genesis, right? What's the Bhagavatam for?
Yes, you are right. Sarva Pravartanam Naumi is bound down to Sarva Pravartanam.
And is that the, like, in the Veda sort of a sense to evoke further the sense of grief or like wonder in the statement of Bhagavan, like, oh, these things you knew, something like this?
Which one?
I'm just wondering if his choice as an author to offer the pranam not directly to Bhagavan, but to these Pravartana, all this Pravartana of Bhagavan, if that's to sort of further evoke the sense of lamentation or the sense of dismay almost that he's conveying over.
Yeah. Means if his Pravartanam is like this, what to speak of him? Yes. That's what he's saying. Pravartanam means when you engage.
I just sent you.
Yes?
I'll sign off. That's it for me. That's it for me, sorry.
Okay. Pravartanam means to engage someone in doing something. Like you make someone do something, that is called pravartana. Okay, yeah.
Could you then please render the shloka once completely? In the other way you would translate it?
Aho
Bhagavato Naumi
Bhagavato Naumi Balat. What is Balat Pravartana?
Balat Sarva Pravartanam.
I bow down to this. Balat is also problematic there. So means which engages everyone forcibly. That Pravartana of Bhagavan. Actually, Naumi means I praise. It's not saying Numa. Naumi is Nustavane Dhatu. I praise or I, pangyrics.
So I praise all these engagements of Bhagavan that he does forcefully. Something like that, yeah?
No, Bhagavato Pravartanam Naumi. That is the main thing. And then this Balat is coming there. So you have to make separate. This Balat doesn't otherwise come. Because it cannot go with Pravartanam unless you make a samas. So Balat means which forcibly engages others. That Pravartanam of Bhagavan I praise. Narottama.
Babaji, Namo Nama, you said that Krishna has this specific capacity or ability to reciprocate with so many different people. And what can we learn from his behavior, or what is his state of mind that he is capable to reciprocate with so many people? What is the principle?
This is called attunement. That is the principle. In modern language, call it attunement. So this is the expertise when you can attune with the other person. And this is possible. You need two things for this, at least that's what I think. One is your own expertise or presence of mind to study the other person's mind, which is important, because if I have to attune to you, I have to know you, where you stand, what is your mind, what are your wishes, desires, thoughts, goals. And second is that I have to give up my ahankara, otherwise I cannot attune. I have to align my ahankara with your ahankara, my identity with your identity. So these two things. So out of this, although both are difficult, second is more difficult. Sometimes people have the ability to know other person, which is also not easy. But then after knowing, to adjust yourself, that is not easy.
Thank you, Babaji.
Okay.